Right, welcome back to the channel everyone. So in this video I want to do a bit of a status update.
Wow, look at that bird.
Talk about a few things. What was it?
I don't know, something huge. Huge bird of prey.
Huge bird of prey, which we will probably talk about the birds many times in this video as well. Bit of a channel status update. I'll update you on what happened with the rocket. So we haven't talked about that yet.
No, I know, because we've been disappeared for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. You've not been in our lives and we've not been in your lives.
Sadly, we've not been cruising around Thailand or somewhere. We having a holiday.
We've been flat out.
We've been flat out moving house.
So I first also want to say thank you to everybody who made these lovely comments about the move.
Yeah.
I did a video where it was mainly about the rocket, and at the end of it I just said we're moving house, we'll be offline. It wasn't even a video about the move. And about 200 people wrote variations of all the best
incredible.
with the move. I wish you all the best of luck. I've been there, it's really hard. And that video I think posted 10 days or so before the actual move. We were frantically packing and just gave us a boost to get us over the line, was all that good energy of people wishing us well.
Yeah,
so
it really did make a difference. Sean was like showing me and getting me to look, because we were struggling at that point. I'd actually ended up in hospital being unwell.
Yeah.
And it was about that point, wasn't it? It was just before you'd done the video. So we were getting those messages whilst I was coming out of hospital and like resting and just having been really unwell.
Yeah.
So, whilst trying to still move house with a deadline. So it really helped, honestly, support. You don't really know how far that goes, knowing that your community is like cheering you on and gets it and stuff. And you'll probably notice in the background that the dog is just going to be generally tearing the place apart. So yeah. She's definitely a wild animal. She's been given this big wild garden and she is definitely utilising it. So thank you.
So did I mention that we've moved 200 miles south?
Southwest.
Southwest. So it's a big change for us.
Is that why it's really sunny?
We used to live in Worcester, which many of you might know. It was getting really busy, and where we lived was very urban, very city environment, littering and driving their cars, speeding up and down the streets. It
was a funny area, let's just put it like that. It had a lot of antisocial downsides to it. And obviously, a lot of people just said, okay, we'll just move into the countryside where you live.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just about that, was it? It wasn't just about the specific location. We were noticing that area, like the Midlands and, you know, those kind of like city-based areas, just becoming a lot more fast-paced and frantic. Maybe they had been for ages, but we'd really noticed that kind of pace that we didn't want to be in. We don't want to live like that.
Just living was getting stressful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the traffic and things like that.
And you've got to think that, like, if everybody's doing that around you, if everybody's rushing and frantic and it's all chaotic, then even if you're trying to be on the outside of that, you've got to enter into it. And it was just busy traffic and, yeah, just lots of incidents of driving and stuff. We just really started to see that we felt out of place, didn't we?
And it was one of these things where we'd been in that house. I'd had the house 10 years. Sue's moved into it 5 years ago. And
over 5 years.
Over 5 years.
Five and a half.
We'd been there so long. It was that thing where you get into a stage where it's sort of, you're getting so comfortable. We kind of needed to rip the Band-Aid off really quickly and move, didn't we?
Well, and we'd actually stayed there, as you guys know, because we were exploring living in Spain or Portugal. So we'd purposely stayed in that house because we kept spending a lot of time in Europe, which has been amazing. But then we came here last year and something clicked. So.
Yeah, the Southwest, we just love it. It's the slow pace of life.
Yeah.
It's the people, it's the coast. Like Sue's loves sea swimming.
Yeah.
It's just a joy. The beaches, everybody here has a dog.
And if you've ever walked on the coast path, you know what I'm talking about. There's something different, a different like pace. You just step into a different world. There is magic about walking by the sea. And when you just, everything just slows down, doesn't it? Everything is slower here, more intentional. Like you live life living in the moments as opposed to like trying to get something bigger. I really like that.
Have you noticed even our video is slower?
Yeah.
Because in the previous videos, we're like, oh, da-da-da. Because
Yeah.
we're sat here in a relaxed place.
Yeah.
The video is naturally slower. Which we didn't rehearse this. We just sat down in front of the camera. So obviously it does have its downsides, uprooting. We are now away from our friends and family.
Yeah.
Susie's family live in Worcester or in the surrounding area. My family live in Wales, but it's still a lot further from both of our families. And you had lots of friends in Worcester, didn't you?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you've obviously got to follow your path, and we knew we wanted to live by the sea. We knew we wanted to live somewhere like slower vibe, hence why we were looking in Portugal and stuff. But you gun towards it, and obviously we then picked here, and we were looking at houses for like 8 months, 9 months, and then you do it, and it's all busy, and then you get there, and all of a sudden you feel the distance. So there is definitely a sad element to it. But we followed our heart, we followed our dreams, and I know all the people that love us will continue to visit, and we'll visit them, and they support us. You stay in touch with the people you're meant to, don't you? It's good. While you carry on talking about you were going to talk about your friends, I'm going to get her a toy.
The other thing we've lost, of course, is there was a lot of motorcycling stuff that benefited the channel around the Midlands. So we obviously had Midwest Moto, which I was friends with for quite a few years now. And they were a really, or still are, really good group. Sonia, Mark, Dave, Corey, and Tony in the workshop. They let me go and ride the bikes and always looked after me. It was a really nice relationship.
Oh, Mark and Sonia and everybody,
Mark
yeah.
and Sonia and everyone.
Dave, Graham.
Oh, Graham, yeah, I forgot to mention Graham. So they're really nice group, and we will miss going up there.
And seeing Andy up there?
Yeah.
And other people like that we know?
Asbo Andy, he's probably got his new Diavel V4S now. Yeah, it was just a really nice group. It was a nice community up there, and that's something I'll miss. And then there was also Midlife Classics as well. The BSA dealership, Tim was really nice.
Yeah.
And then obviously we only live 40 minutes from ABR.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, it was quite convenient to go every year. I didn't go this year, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video, the reasons for not going to ABR. I made a conscious decision not to go. But it was nice to have the option. And being in the Midlands, you had bike dealerships, you had obviously Royal Enfield and BSA were born in the Midlands. It was very kind of motorcycling, and you had access to Wales.
Another kind of conscious decision for us was that we wanted to be near one of the ports, nearish, so that Sean could still do exploring Europe on his bike, and maybe me come as well. So that was another reason for coming down here as opposed to being in Wales, because we wanted to be
I totally forgot that. That's
able to access Europe. We love Spain and Portugal, like love it. Portugal is still on the cards for us 100%. At some point. So being able to get there easily is great. By the way, he's got the correct bike for down here as well. Don't forget, this is like a plodding round and chilling and going and having a cream tea kind of space.
We're basically going to do what two-wheeled Willie does.
We're already made for that. Yeah, exactly.
He's a bit of our inspiration.
Definitely.
Just around on his little single-cylinder, classically styled bike.
Find a cafe.
Cream tea.
Yeah.
He loves it, doesn't he?
I love a cream tea. Oh.
I'm really proud of the channel. We've got to 12,500 subscribers. I almost feel like I've kind of, everything I wanted the channel to be kind of is. It's a really nice feeling. It's the community, as we found out, when everybody wished us well for the move.
That's insane.
That was more worth it than having 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Having all that positive energy and people wishing you well was way more worth it than having some arbitrary subscriber number or videos that are thousands and thousands of views.
And you know, we know a few of you others on here are also YouTubers, and we're really proud of you too. Like, we've made friends with a few people, and I think that people watching maybe might not grasp how much work goes into this. You were actually saying that yesterday, that you wanted to mention this. It's a big deal to be creating content, and like you said, wanting to, you know, give people something they want, but also staying true to yourself, and also having a schedule, and also having a life, and also all of that pressure and failing and wanting to succeed. It's hard. So all you YouTubers, good work too.
Yeah, if you're a YouTuber watching this, and I know everybody watches each other's channels, don't be afraid to take some time off. Because I feel like the 3 weeks off was really nice in a way. Obviously we were moving, so it wasn't time off, but it was without having the pressure to upload every Thursday, every Sunday, the 2 weekly upload, got to get the videos, got to reply to comments. You're obliged to do it. If you have a channel, it's almost like the pressure is always there to upload. And not having that and having the community give you almost permission right? Go away. And some people even wrote, don't come back too soon, as in
Yeah.
take the time you need to get things done.
Yeah.
A lot of people said come back soon, and that was I know where they were coming from.
Of
with that.
course, yeah.
But it is
Oh,
nice
well, that's
to have
good
time
too,
off.
isn't it?
And yeah, if you're out there and you're uploading all the time and you're struggling for content and stuff, having time off, I mean, we've done it for a big life transformation. But even if you weren't doing that, just tell the community, they'll all still be there when you come back, and come back with renewed energy and renewed creativity.
And you also, like, that's really important because obviously it's summer now and people will be having holidays. And there's that feeling of like, oh, I'm going on holiday and I need to carry on being present. But whenever we go on holiday, literally within the first day of Sean letting go of work, he is sat there with a notebook writing ideas down for videos because he's basically allowed his head to have space. So all of this stuff just like channels through him. It's incredible. Honestly, every single holiday, no matter where we go, he might have become a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next, and then he'll take some time off and it just all comes through. So there's definitely something magic in that, isn't there?
You have to be slow, you have to be present, you have to enjoy what you're doing in the video.
Yeah.
If you find yourself just doing a video for the sake of it, everybody can see it.
Yeah.
It's so obvious that you're sat there, and like if you're enjoying something, having genuine joy doing it, people will just gravitate towards you because it's your passion.
No,
I just feel like let's just do what we want to do on the channel. I'm not even going to promise to upload loads of videos or to not upload or to have a schedule or to do this, that. We're just going to do some fun stuff to do with motorcycling. I think that for me, the review format, I'll just touch on this a little bit.
Yeah.
I do feel the review format, it gives less value and less value as the years have gone on, because for a person making the video, the content creator, you're very careful with what you say. You don't want to upset the people who are giving you the bike too much, which I've done in the past before. And then for the people watching, the basic information you're going to get across every review and the opinions are usually in line with the marketing messages of the brand these days. So I kind of feel that format is not advancing. Should we put it like that?
Yeah.
Not advancing. I think a more fun thing to do, which we explored with the Rocket, is to buy interest in motorcycles and tinker with them, because this is like the classic greatest hits of motorcycling, stuff like the Rocket 3, which we'll talk about in a second, which we're lucky enough to own. That was so much fun to do. Well, I was chuffed with that Rocket 3, wasn't I?
Yeah. I thought he was going to keep it, to be honest. Like there is going to be some Cornish tours, I'm sure.
Well, Cornish tours, I'm sure.
Cornish tours, I'm sure. That's like a bit of one of those tongue twisters.
I like a tour video, and I know some people actually wrote in the comments, oh, what's happened to your channel? You haven't done any tours.
He hasn't done any tours because we've been trying to move house.
We've been searching for a house for 8 months, right? And it's really, really hard. We wanted to get it right. We're actually just renting a property in the countryside. And then even then, we're still going to be looking and understanding the area to find out where we're going. So the actual journey is still ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with the tours, I know people like them. It was fun making them. I think now I have a better idea of how to do a tour video.
Yeah.
Before I recorded everything, and then in the edit, it was unbelievably difficult.
Oh my God, honestly, it would take...
Came back from Spain, didn't I? And I was there.
Those Spain videos, guys, you can't even imagine how long they took Sean. It was like 2 weeks apiece of going through hours and hours and hours of footage. And I did try and help be insightful on that, because I said to Sean, if you just record it all, like, did you actually enjoy the riding? Because you were thinking about recording it. And he obviously did. But I think that you run the risk of going on a tour and ruining it because you're recording it.
100%. And I would learn from that next time. I think I'll just do a bit of B-roll on the bike and then stop, explain to people what I'm doing, put the camera away.
Yeah. Because it's really important if you go on a tour. It's not...
Well, you invest a lot of money
make a video, but it's about you going there. And if you share what you're enjoying about it, that's the point, isn't it?
I'll probably try and do something in October.
Yeah.
Susie's a little bit scared because we're in the countryside. And
you're just going to keep telling everybody that.
There's nobody in the immediate vicinity.
There's nobody anywhere. He says the immediate vicinity. We've gone from living in an urban environment.
There's people all on
to
top
literally
of us.
A farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere. I mean, nowhere. There's nobody anywhere close. So yes, and there's no lights. I know that. I'm glad. Obviously, we want.
An adjustment.
We want to be back in that, you know, street lights and stuff. That's not good for anyone. We don't sleep with lights on, so it's pitch black here. But yeah, it's a much. We've got more space. Let's just say that, and there's lots more creeks and
there's noises.
darkness.
There's creatures.
Lots of creatures,
There's
lots of
foxes
animals
and badgers and birds of prey and big beetles, stag beetles, not that big. There's loads of
huge
interesting
spiders.
stuff. We got that Merlin app that your mum.
Oh
gave
yeah,
us.
we got this Merlin bird app to identify some of the birds because I don't think I'd even heard some of these birds before.
There's a chiff chaff in the garden.
Chiff chaff's quite normal, I think. But
I'd never heard of a
song
chiff chaff.
thrush. We had Eurasian wren, chaffinch. There was a
woodpecker of some sort.
All sorts of stuff here. Like you put it on and like 6 or 7 birds come up on the things that it's identified them. So we're trying to learn the bird calls at the moment. So this channel might actually go from being the Mindful Motorcyclist to birders if you're not careful. So watch out,
We're
guys.
going to put B-roll of different animals in every video. I'll probably do it for this video.
Yeah.
Let's just... What an amazing animal. Don't know what that was.
He's gone off his head.
That was an amazing insert word here. We'll just put a little thing in the bottom of the screen. Right, so I think we should conclude the Rocket 3 story.
Yeah.
So we sold the bike 4 days before we moved house, which is really interesting actually, because Two-Wheeled Willie sold his Triumph 4 days before he moved house.
Oh, I couldn't believe that. When he told us that and then it happened.
And then he was saying, right, I'm imagining you're going to sell this bike before you move. He also reduced his just before he moved.
We probably could have held on to the price, but we didn't want to bring the Rocket all the way down here.
Yeah.
Or leave it there and have to come and get it. So it made sense for somebody to have it at a bit of a bargain.
So I think we put it up initially for 5,000 or 4,999. Didn't get much interest. Reduced it to 4,495. And I did have quite a few messages, and 2 people came to look at the bike.
Yep.
And 1 person actually took the bike home.
Yep.
So we sold it for 4,495, which was a few £100 up, basically, all things being considered.
What do you mean?
Well, with everything we spent in,
the winners, the winnings.
The winnings, yeah. Well, you can call it winnings because we gambled.
We did.
We gambled a lot on that bike.
Yeah, so his winnings was a good amount of money, I think.
Interestingly, the guy actually wanted a test ride on the bike, which I thought was kind of normal. And I've since learned that whenever people sell bikes, nobody gives test rides.
I didn't know that Sean was doing this until he started putting his stuff on. I was like, what are you doing? He said, oh, he wants a test ride. I was thinking, what? You don't do a test ride. I get it that you want to, but if you buy a car from someone secondhand, you don't go out and drive it off, do you?
You do well, you're more likely to do a test ride on a car.
Maybe,
than a
but
bike.
with them in it, maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't think people do that. But anyway, he wanted to ride on it. And what's more mad is, right, Sean didn't know this person, which he ended up being a really lovely man.
He was lovely, and his wife was lovely as well.
But so Sean rode with him on the back, and then let him ride, which I was just like, what?
It's one of those things where it just felt good at the time.
Well, that's fair enough then, isn't it?
And he was wearing shorts.
Yeah, so he purposely did that to give you confidence, didn't he, that he was just going to ride slow. And he did, didn't he? It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Everything worked out as it was meant to.
I just had this horror of Sean like clinging onto the back of someone, like absolutely thrashing that monster motorcycle.
Well, he said that he hadn't ridden pillion in 15 years.
Nor was you.
I don't think I've ever ridden pillion. So anyway, I'm on the back, like, I said to him, well, we might have to have a cuddle. I'm not like sure how this is going to work. Anyway, long story short, everyone said to me afterwards, like Two-Wheeled Willie said, I've sold like 60 bikes or whatever. He said, I've never let anyone have a test ride. So whatever it was, it felt good at the time.
They were both insured, and nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. They had
and he was really nice. They were lovely.
But I think in hindsight, in future, I won't do test rides.
No. I can understand why someone would want to.
With a Rocket, with a gearbox and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's hard if you're not buying from a dealership. It's not really the done thing.
He has since been texting me, telling me about the Rocket. He's going out with his mates. He's got 6 mates with Rockets in their riding group.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. I think it's
He'd really wanted one, hadn't he? And then saw that, and so he just seemed really chuffed.
He was really chuffed.
And his wife and his son. He rode home with his son on the back. His son was chuffed as well.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. You know, you sold the bike to the right person. I think he got it at a good price. but then it wasn't a perfect bike with the dent in the tank and stuff. So it was sort of like everybody won.
You've made it look so good though. Honestly, guys, I wish you could have seen it in person. It looked really nice.
It was really nice, yeah.
Yeah,
And I was tempted to keep it.
Saved it. Hello. Nico wants to say a bit. What do you want to say?
Strangely, she's not barking, which she was all yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's what didged me out, because the dog starts barking at things that I can't see in the middle of the dark. It's quite scary. She's running around.
Right, I wanted to talk finally about ABR.
Yeah.
So we missed ABR this year, and mainly because of the move. I would say primarily that's why I didn't go.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at her third tree stump that she's found. We dug out some old trees here and...
Right,
Anyway.
Nika, anyway.
Carry on. ABR, you didn't go.
Didn't go this year.
Purposeful choice.
But purposeful choice. I'm not really regretting it.
No.
I know a lot of people go to ABR, and I think just going to the festival is probably where it's at
Yes.
going forward.
I was going to say to you the same. If you're going to go, just go.
Just go.
For fun.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people go and are doing content.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that anymore.
It's just got so busy, hasn't it?
I don't think it gives good value to the content creator or the viewer, because if you're doing test rides on bikes, it's a traffic jam. Each brand has got sort of 40, BMW have got 45 bikes, and it's like a production machine. You're on, you ride around the circuit, you're back. It's not really a fair test ride that you can make an informed video about. The prices as well, if you're price sensitive, the food and things is expensive, there's queues for everything.
Yeah.
I'll probably go just to enjoy it, but I don't think we'd
Yeah,
go
I think
and
if you
vlog
go
it
to enjoy it, it's great.
again.
Really
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Really fun. Like going and trying all those different bikes out, if you can get on. It's just that you have to get there like 6:30 in the morning or something to get on the test ride
list,
queues.
Yeah.
Which then, so if you're a day person, you're then kind of penalised because you can't get on any of them. So we didn't really get on any, did we, when we went?
So we haven't actually got any
We haven't
videos recorded
any apart
in the
from
new
this.
place.
Not yet.
In Devon.
Wait till you see Sean's workshop though. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
let's keep that for another video because that is pretty hot. Yeah, that's the yeah. Just don't spoil the surprise. Yeah, Susie's jealous of the workshop. A woman is jealous of my workshop.
Workshop
Yeah.
/ yoga studio.
Workshop. Is not.
So if Sean goes away,
All the tools
might have the
gonna be moved
builders
out.
round.
Yeah.
Get a studio made. It honestly could be a studio.
We'll do a workshop tour. But we haven't recorded anything in Devon yet. What we're going to do, I'm going to upload a video on the Rocket 3, which I recorded back in the Midlands. Just a buyer's guide. So if you're considering a Rocket 3 and you've always had that sort of Rocket 3 itch, I think
great idea.
this would be a cool bike to own. How is it going to be practically the bike for you? Because it is a big old bus. Parking the bike, what it's like,
Where to go on it.
all the little bits
Yeah.
and bobs that you kind of want to know before jumping in and making a purchase on a second-hand Rocket 3.
Yeah.
So that'll upload, and then we'll record some more videos at a leisurely, mindful pace of life.
We've got to go and sort out his workshop first. Because there's lots of boxes everywhere.
Yeah, I've not
Still.
been allowed to do workshop tidying until the house is tidy.
He says allowed. I've basically unpacked the house.
You've unpacked the kitchen and the bathrooms and lots of stuff, yeah.
Oh, and what else? The lounges and the bedroom.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
So, hold on. What does Sean do?
I did the study.
Oh, he did his study.
Yeah.
He did his study.
All right,
No,
well-
come on. I'm only joking. You've done lots. This has been a
Well.
good... It can be a trying time moving house.
Yeah, people wrote that in the comments, didn't they?
And it's been amazing doing it with you.
well
done.
done.
You've done loads of
Thank
hard
you.
work. Sean is amazing. Really gets stuck in. And I'm grateful that you did take the time off work so that we could both focus on it. That really helped me because, yeah, it's a team effort. Good work.
And I would like to thank Warren's Removals, Jai and the team,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
because they are lovely. So if
Yeah.
you're in the Midlands, I just couldn't recommend them enough. They were
Yeah.
so nice to you as well, weren't they?
Yeah. And thanks to all our family and friends for supporting us. Like a lot of some of our family and friends actually came and helped us pack.
Yeah,
So
I mean, everybody was
Yeah.
so helpful. My mum and dad, your mum and dad,
my sisters,
sister, Vicky.
yeah, Vicky, everybody. Also, everyone got stuck in. My friend Vicky came up and helped us pack the kitchen, and yeah, it's just epic.
When you find when other people are packing, it's less like, oh, what's that interesting thing that I may want to get rid of or keep or put somewhere. They just see something that means nothing to them, bubble wrap it, put it in a box.
Yeah. So like my sister was great at this. My older sister, that my younger sister came around and helped with my little nephew, and we should have actually just got him to packing, but we thought it might be a bit more in the box, out the box, so that wasn't so useful. Yeah. But he's just useful because he's like cute as anything. But my older sister came round just before we were basically when we were meant to be finishing, and that was brilliant because we were at that stage where it's just got to get in a box. And she was a machine, wasn't she? Right, put that in, get that in. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had so much progress when Charles came around.
Yeah, yeah, and our parents. It's just great, isn't it? Like, it's at those times when people come together and make you feel really loved and looked after.
I think everybody realised more than us what an ordeal it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I'd been unwell, everybody geared up and helped us. So really, thank you. And we already had my parents' visit, which is epic, and Sean's parents are coming tomorrow. So, yay!
Well, on that note, we'll see you in the next one.